Welcome back. Alcohol-related problems which result from drinking too much, too fast, or too often are among the most significant public health issues in the United States. My guest today is Dr. George Koob. He's the director of the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism and a world-renowned expert on how alcohol affects health. Today we're going to talk about dry January, recognizing the signs of an alcohol problem, and ways to get help. Welcome, Dr. Koob.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Really appreciate you joining me. I understand that over about the last year and a half or so that people might have been drinking a little too much. What are the signs of an alcohol-related problem?
Well, some of the early signs are, maybe you're making people uncomfortable with your drinking, but I think a broader group of signs is impairment in social and occupational functioning, or put simply, deterioration in interpersonal relationships that you can attribute to alcohol, or being late for work, or failing to meet deadlines at work, and things of that nature, all linked to alcohol.
And during the holiday season, and then of course with COVID, people are staying in a lot more and dealing with some issues and perhaps drinking to relax.
Right. So we know that stress will produce increases in drinking. Individuals are trying to cope with the stress, and this is a slippery slope. And of course, there have been plenty of stressors in our society with the pandemic, and this becomes a slippery slope because the alcohol does make you feel better for an hour or two, but then it wears off, and all those stressors come back with a vengeance. And so you end up, trying to fix the problem by drinking, and drinking is making the problem even worse.
And how does alcohol adversely affect your health?
Well, alcohol affects just about every organ in the body. It contributes and exacerbates or makes worse 200 different disorders. In excess. I'm talking about in excess here. It produces basically addiction, alcohol use disorder, and in its moderate to severe form, it can be really a major addiction that can lead to destroyed lives, not only your own, but those of others. Alcohol can even, affect your brain ultimately if you have a moderate to severe alcohol use disorder, and impair some of your cognitive function. So, it goes, and alcohol it contributes to, is the cause of half of liver disease death in the United States now. 50% of liver disease deaths in the United States are now attributable to alcohol, and we're actually seeing a pandemic of alcohol induced liver disease in the United States. And so younger people getting liver disease, younger people requiring transplants. There's a lot of problems. And in the news today, there was a discussion about alcohol and cancer, and alcohol contributes to about 5% of cancers. And I could go on and on, obviously.
So let's talk about dry January. If someone thinks that they might have a problem, this could be a great way to start to rectify that situation.
Yeah, dry January is an opportunity at a minimum for one to evaluate your relationship with alcohol. And to put it very simply, if you stop drinking or you reduce your drinking in January, and the next day you feel better, or you sleep better, or any combination therein, and you start getting re-engaged in work and your interpersonal relationships are improving, then that's telling you something, and your body is telling you something, and so you should listen to your body.
So everything in moderation. Well, what if somebody wants to get some help?
So if someone wants to get help, if you go to our alcohol treatment, alcohol treatment navigator, and the website is alcoholtreatment.nih.gov, and there you can find out what exactly is an alcohol use disorder. We call it a spectrum disorder now, and it can be mild, moderate, severe. And you can find out what are the treatments, because the treatments are different for mild, moderate, or severe. It may involve counseling, it may involve work with a clinical psychologist, even working with your primary care doc, or it could be, checking into a treatment facility. That location also can find you a treatment facility in your locale by typing in your zip code. So that's one place that you can go. Another is Rethinking Drinking, another website we have which can discuss many of the issues we're talking about today. And to be honest with you, if you just type NIAAA into your search engine, you're going to probably come up with these two websites.
All right, guys. Help is available, and if you think that you have an alcohol issue or an issue with alcohol, or it has an issue with you, check it out. My guest has been Dr. George Koob. He's a director of the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. We've been talking about Dry January, which gives all of us an opportunity to put that bottle down, have some water, hydrate, and breathe. Dr. Koob, thank you so very much for joining me.
You're most welcome. It was a pleasure.